this evening, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Would you please take roll?
Ms. Atkins? Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mrs. McDaniel? Mrs. Peterson? Mr. Stoffer? Mr. Wyledge?
Here.
Mrs. Shuffle?
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the August 8th, 2022 agenda?
So moved.
Is there any discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mrs. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Wyledge?
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle?
Yes. Commendation and good news.
So we have the LCLC program here tonight. I wanted them to come and talk about their summer, and the type of programming that they do, and the type of events they go to, and then what it's like for them maybe during the school year. So, does anybody want to come up and talk a little bit about it, or everybody? We have a cool microphone. Oh, there we go.
Now you have a real one here. Okay.
So why don't you guys, real quick, before you guys talk, why don't you introduce yourselves and then introduce your parents? Because I know they don't want to talk, so. Okay? And then just say like, what is your name and what grade you're in, and then who came with you today for your parents, okay? Okay, you want to start? Okay. Name is,
My name is Jalen, and my parents' name is Ryan and Jamie.
okay, Ryan and Jamie, okay.
Larson,
Okay, what grade are you in?
third.
Okay, awesome. Okay, who wants to go next?
Do you want to go?
Okay,
My name is Addison Stewart, and my parents are Jenny and Romy.
okay, very good. Very
What grade
good.
are you in?
And what grade are you in?
I'm in fifth.
Fifth grade. Okay.
Who's next?
My name is Grace Stoner. My parents are Marty and Jennifer, and I'm going into sixth grade.
Awesome. Okay. Eva?
My name is Ava Stewart. I am going into second grade, and my parents' name is Romy and Jenny.
Okay, very good, Ava.
My name is Nolan, and my parents are Jamie and Ryan.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Nolan. In what grade?
I am in first grade,
First, you're gonna be in first grade?
and yeah.
So you're gonna be in Reese's grade then? Great. He's off.
We also have Jody Pippin here, and that Bronx couldn't make it today, but Jody has some experience with LCLC because she not only has Bronx, who's a kindergartner, but starting the program this year, she has, don't age me, but like.
Freshman, Hayden graduated last year.
And they both went through LCLC program.
Awesome.
So, we've been here for quite some time. So, in your packet, I kind of included a little bit of our schedule. This is a sample of our summer schedule. Oh, I don't talk loud enough? Oh, okay. Oh, now you had to put that pressure on me.
Yeah,
Okay,
you guys
I
know
brought
you're on
a,
camera too.
there's a camera?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, I'm much better talking to little guys. Okay, so I kind of included a schedule of what our program, what we do during the day. So in the morning, when the center opens, we have centers where they read books, play games, cards, and things. And then at 7:30, we usually go outside before it gets too hot. Then we have breakfast and snack, or breakfast snack in the morning, and then at 9 o'clock we have our large group meeting where we have roll and talk about the camp activities for the day. And then at, between 9 and 9:30 we split into our groups. We have 6 groups depending on the age of the child. We separate them by grade level, so that way the little kids are with little kids, the big kids are with big kids. 11:30 we have lunch. 12 o'clock we have group activity, behavior buck, and staff challenge. That's the funnest part of the day, isn't it? Yep, that and snack. Then in the afternoon we have we have different things that we do during the day. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we swim in the afternoon. On Tuesday and Thursday, we have bike rides, or we walk to Tasty Treat. And then on Thursday, we have field trip. Each week, we have a theme that we have for the week, and so all of our activities, our games, all of our things revolve around that theme. And on the back, it shows where we went this summer each week for our field trip. I also included this here that shows some awards that we've won, because we have such great kids and great staff. So we're working on 4 years in a row here as the best in Council Bluffs.
Awesome.
So
So what are some things that you guys love about LCLC?
When in the summer,
go ahead.
in the summer, we get to do like fun stuff, and you get to be with other teachers if your teacher isn't here, and it's like really fun because you get to go on field trips, you get to play outside. It's just really fun during the summers.
Awesome. Somebody else have anything they love?
Also, I know she kind of involved the field trip, but that's really my favorite. And all groups are included, and it's just really fun because everybody gets to go. And mostly the field trips are places that we want to go and that we've told Shelly, and she listens, and it's
So what was your favorite field trip?
my favorite. I really like the Children's Museum because all the kids got to go. All the teachers were having fun with the kids while watching them, and it was just really fun.
Right.
Hey, can you explain to them what a staff challenge is? Can you tell them what a staff challenge is?
A staff challenge is when all the staffs, like in case most of the teachers, they would all do fun challenges against each other. Like once we had a theme where it was like Wild West, so they had to ride these blow up horses back and forth and get dressed in cowboy outfits.
And what happens if they win the staff challenge?
If they win, they add a point to the challenge board, and at the end, whoever has the most challenges, they win something for their class. They win a pizza party.
So who won this year?
I don't know.
Did second grade win?
I don't know.
Mr. Hazing got to be a part of our staff challenge last week.
And did I win? Because I went home thinking I won, and Reese was like, "No, you lost." I was like, "I thought I won."
No, everybody wins. Yep. And then I want you to say what you like about it.
What I like about it is the field trips. Like when we went to the SAC Museum, the Strategic Air Commands, it really made me really excited because my dad was in the military and I got to learn a lot about the planes, like these really big planes, and they taught us a lot and we saw lots of things there. I also really like the teachers and all the field trips because I think Michelle organizes all the field trips really well. Like she would do new things every year, and I like how she organizes all the field trips on different days. And every time we like not able to go on a field trip, she like makes up something fun to do. Like when it's too hot to go to Tasty Treat, she'll have ice cream sundaes at LCLC.
Oh, right. I need to come on those days.
Nolan, can you tell them what a behavior buck is? Can you tell them?
A behavior book is something that you do nice, and if you pick up something you didn't play with, like you're being nice to help clean up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can you tell them what you like best about LCLC?
I like best is swimming and like going on field trips.
Yeah.
My most favorite field trip was the pizza machine, and also the Children's Museum and the zoo. Well, I think pizza machine's better.
That was my kids' favorite, was the pizza machine.
The pizza
Now, that was the only one they went on, because
Yeah.
I got in late, but,
Okay.
the field trip was the Children's Museum because there's like all these other activities and everybody gets to switch spots and play what they want to play.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
And how many of you guys go during the school year? You go during the school year? Do you go in the morning or the afternoon or both?
Both.
Both, morning and afternoon?
Usually, me and my brother, our moms drop us off. Our mom dropped us off, and then we go inside, and then we wait until it's time to go to breakfast, and then the school bell rings, and everybody goes down to breakfast if they want it, or otherwise, some days people don't want it, so they just go straight to their locker. They put their stuff away, and then they head to the classroom with their water bottles if they brought one.
Very good. And then after school, you go back to LCLC?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So right now I've aged out of LCLC, but last year,
We're just waiting for you to come work for us.
That's right.
last
Best
year
recruiting.
I was there during the school year, and I went morning, afternoon, and there was breakfast. All the staff were there, and it was really fun. And to be honest, I would really want something like this in the middle school since it was
Okay.
it was very fun.
Oh, good. All right.
What are we talking about?
I don't know, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
You
sure.
talk about what you want to talk about.
Oh, at LCLC, they do really good with the toys inside the room. They would like you never run out of toys to play with. Like there's lots of toys, and then like the next week Miss Karen will bring like a whole bunch of new toys to play with, and there would always be new toys like giant checkers we would have to play, and they would do fun things like Miss Karen set up a indoor field trip. No, not field trip, but field day.
Okay.
And it was very fun because there were so many games and everybody got to play the games that they wanted to play.
That's awesome.
And also what I like about LCLC is that you don't always have to play with their toys. You can also bring like a bag that has your toys from home.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes you can play with theirs if you want to, or you could bring it back from home that you can play with and that has toys in that you can play with.
Oh, wow. See, in here, I thought you guys were too shy.
So you
to
have two
step up and
choices
talk.
for toys.
I know that you wanted to know about numbers. So our license state that we can have 150 kids at one time.
Okay.
But that isn't always possible with staffing. So our numbers right now we have 120 enrolled in the program, with an average of 85 to 95 a day. Of course, field trips days are usually 120 there, but then during the school year, we do have the option of just coming in the morning or just coming in the afternoon, so they pay for those. So we run about 75 to 80 in the morning, and we usually run about 95 to 100 in the afternoon.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you guys for coming. Can I get you guys to line up over there and I'll get a quick picture with you guys?
I have one more thing
Oh, you
to
got one more
say.
thing? Okay.
I have another thing that I like about LCLC. I like it about how the teachers keep LCLC clean, and I like it how some kids clean up with some of the teachers. Because one time I cleaned up
Oh, that's
the
great.
whole room. So.
The whole room? Wow. You should come teach my kids how to clean up. Okay.
I could.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just follow Reese home after gymnastics one night. So. Okay. Do you want to join him?
Yep, absolutely.
I won't keep you very long. I just wanted to be an advocate for LCLC because I've had 3 children. My oldest is now a stepson. He graduated this year from Lewis Central. He started with LCLC with Shelly, so over 10 years ago. She's still here. She was there. It's amazing. Then my oldest is going to be a freshman. He went to the program as well. Now my little guy, this is his first time. He's going to be a first grader, and he joined the summer program. He's always been in a home daycare. I ask him, he'd rather go. Like right now I have the option to do before and after coming up. Shelly is so grateful, and there's a waiting list, and it's kind of, it happened where Bronx is able to go, gave Bronx the opportunity, he wants to go. Like so that tells you that, because his home daycare is amazing as well, but he wants to go, he loves it, he's always tired and takes a nap while I'm cooking dinner, so that's good for parents, just to say, that's definitely a plus, but it so enjoys it. And then when I tell him about going back to school, he's like, is there going to be more people, more of my friends there? You know, I'm like, there probably will, because teachers are going back and teachers need the before and after. It's a really great opportunity, and I love that they're open early and they're open late, so it accommodates all working parents. So that's the main thing for me. You know, my home daycare closed an hour earlier before her, and that's hard, you know, when we're trying to do something. So I absolutely love 3 generations after 10 plus years, and she's really great, and all the staff's great. They have a Facebook page where you get updated. It'll tell you everything, which is nice. All the teachers are amazing as well. So just wanted to put my cents in. Thank you.
Any other parents? Yeah.
I know they're all gonna go to the restaurant. So I'm a Harlanite, and I love to brag to Harlan that they don't have a Miss Shelley or an LCLC. I just want Miss Shelley to get the recognition. Our kids started there when they were entering kindergarten. Our oldest was only 5 when she started, which was a lot for us to be sending our kid to school, but then trusting the after-school program, and how do we do that? And with both my husband and I being first responders, it's a lot. We run late. Miss Shelley makes sure someone always stays with our kiddo till we can get there. If I need to drop them off early because we're called out, Miss Shelley makes sure someone's always there to help manage our kiddos. So it really is a blessing to our school district, not only just the activities and the fun things that the kids are saying, but they really do feel safe and secure there before school, after school, all summer long. It's an excitement for them to go. It's not just a daycare. So that is something really speaks loudly to you, Miss Shelley. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
And I'm loud, so I probably won't sit, probably just talk real quick. No, I just want to say it is an absolute wonderful program. I actually have the 2 littles that have gone there, and my oldest was a teacher there for a while, who's now a teacher at Lewis Central High School. And so it's a wonderful program, and as a parent, it's nice to know you can send your kids somewhere that you know they're safe, they're sound. I kind of look at it as an extension of our home. And so kudos to you. It's just a great program. So thank you.
Okay, now let's see if we can get the kiddos in here to get a picture.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You must have learned that at LC, huh? Yes. All right, smile. Say, ready? Say LCLC. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Hey, you guys did such a good job.
At the zoo or the pizza machine, who is in our group. And the funniest thing is when we were at the SAC Museum, there was a lady who asked if she could have a picture with our group because she happened to have the school shirt on. She goes, "Can I please have a picture with your group?" So she joined our group for the day. So, well, thank you for
You
your
guys
time.
are welcome to stay, or
Yeah.
you can leave.
Right. Thank you for coming, and you guys did a great job.
Yes,
Thank you for coming.
Nice job.
They weren't shy.
That was fun.
That was. Thank you for having them come. That was a lot of fun. Okay, and now we'll go on in our agenda, comments and suggestions. This is the time during first time during our agenda that anyone can address the board, or if anyone's listening online, they can type something in.
There was another parent that just reiterated how lucky we are to have Shelley doing LCLC.
Very nice.
That's good to hear. Okay, we'll go on to consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Any discussion? Do we have an updated personnel sheet?
We do. There was only one addition. It was, or excuse me, two additions. They're down here at the bottom.
And will you scroll to the next page as well?
And it spills to the next page as well. Salary schedule movements as well.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Vote, please.
Mrs. McDaniel? Yes. Mr. Wylage?
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle?
Yes. Report 6.01, construction projects update.
Yep, so there's not a lot to update at this point, except for the fact that we are getting closer to finishing up the auditorium. I know that we are targeting an open house on August 25th from 4:30 to 6:30 that evening. I'm trying to work with the chamber to figure out a ribbon cutting. So if you are free and available, we'll hopefully do something around 5 that evening. And that's prior to the Lewis Central Harlan game, so we can kind of, hopefully all those people will come and walk through the auditorium or the ops building, or both. So, so we'll continue to push forward on that. I know the architects are going to do their first official punch list this week, and so hopefully we'll be to the point where we just have a few things to button up a little bit as far as the auditorium goes. And then the middle school projects, I know last time we talked, I didn't have a whole lot to say on that because they hadn't started, but they are underway. We've been having frequent meetings, so they're working on the plastics program and developing plans for the middle school bus drop-off vestibule. So we're making good progress with that. Hopefully we'll have some plans in our hands, so we'll at least know some cost estimates on those. So that's kind of it for as far as construction goes. Do you guys have any questions about any? Oh, here's one. Sorry. Yeah, you see the big picture up top? Yep, that's a good one. So that's another update. So we have, I just didn't have it on my pad here. So we've talked about looking at some additional signage on the side of the auditorium where we have the floating Titan head right now that just is kind of out there in the middle of space. And so we had the architects are getting us some cost estimates on signage right now. In order for us to do the signage though, we're going to have to try to fill out, get an exemption from the city to go beyond what the allowable sign square footage is. Right now they allow 877 square footage of sign, and we are at 817 as far as exterior signage goes, and this would add between 250 and 300 square feet. So we would have to go back to the city and request some additional. And the conversations I've had so far with city members have been very productive. We're working through that process right now, and we still don't have cost estimates, so that'll be a big player as well, but we do have some examples. This is Joe Vinchettel took a picture and just to give you guys an idea of what it could look like on the side up there. So at least people driving by would know what that floating Titan head is. So,
Right.
So yeah, so once we get those estimates, then we'll talk about firm down an option.
Are
So
they gonna give estimates on both those? One
on
that
both of
says
those, yep.
Lewis Central or Lewis Central High School? Okay.
Correct, yep. Because one of them has more lettering, but the
Yeah.
other one, it's bigger. So square footage wise, it comes down to about the same. So,
Right.
so we'll just get price estimates and see how we come out.
Okay. And then I noticed driving in, they have Lewis Central High School up above now.
They do, yep. So they have that up top. And that
On
looks
the-
really
on the
nice.
front
On the front
side.
side. And that looks really nice. Just I wish that was almost on the back side because, then we wouldn't be running into this issue with the
Right.
floating Titan head, so.
Right.
But the other thing that was brought up is from some different people that know the project is they thought there was supposed to be some backlighting in there, some blue backlighting supposed to go on the sign. That was value engineered out, so getting an estimate on that as well. Figure it doesn't hurt to at least get a cost on that.
Absolutely.
So, and we'll see how everything shakes out. So obviously if we can do something different, but I do think it's not only an opportunity for people to know what our building is, but it is a good almost marketing opportunity for us, for people driving by in the interstate to look down and see what that is. So,
Right.
but, so. Anyway, so that's kind of the project right now. And then, what's next? Is it my reports
Yep,
next? Okay.
6.02, superintendent report.
So I'm just gonna report on the voted PEPAL right now. So just a reminder, we do have the voted PEPAL coming up, in September. That information did go out last week in the form of a mailing to all of our parents and staff and everybody on our list last week. So they would have gotten the whole brochure, also posted on our website. And then we will, this week and next week, just to make sure people are informed, we'll send out essentially snippets of information regarding the voted PEPAL, just so people know, especially when the date is, and they can answer any question, or hopefully it answers any questions they have come up, or at least informed enough to be able to call in and I can answer any questions that they have. I would be happy to do that. And then, registration, I'm gonna let Dave give a quick update on registration.
Registration is going well. We're about 73% finished at this point in time. A lot of new families dropped in on us today. A lot of new families, which is great news.
And a lot of them are open enrollment families too, so we've been getting a lot of open enrollment requests, so. And then, the last thing I was gonna cover is last time we had a board meeting, we talked about COVID protocols just a little bit. And I did hear back from the Potawatomi County Department of Health, and they are looking at kind of to start the year keeping the same things that they had in place last year. And that is, obviously, we won't contact trace. One, it's not required. Two, with us opening up and now merging students in different classes and, mixing during lunch and recess and everything else, it would be virtually impossible to be able to do so. And then, if we do know that we do have a positive, there is no contact tracing to tell people that they have to stay home. So if somebody calls in and wants to request if their child was next to somebody, we can't give them the information to say, yes, they were positive, but we can say, yes, Reese Hazing was next to Dave Black, so that's just demographic information. And then, to the best of our ability. So we're gonna try to work with parents as much as possible. And then on the flip side, if they are positive, it's the same thing we did last year, where at the end of the year last year across the state, if you are positive, whether you're an employee or a student, and you have a confirmed positive, you kind of have two options. One option is, stay home for 5 days and then come back in and mask up for 5 days, or just be out the 10 days. So those are the two options that are out there right now for, as far as what Potawatomi County and the Iowa Department of Public Health are saying. So we will continue to follow those to start the year, and then as they adapt and change, then so will we. So that's kind of an update from last time when we were talking about it. And then, that's about it. Does anybody have any questions on those topics? Okay.
I think we're good. All right. We'll go on to our discussion items. 7.01 IASB recommended policy updates on the second reading.
I guess at this point, do you guys have any questions or concerns about those policies?
This was student fundraising
Yep.
and radon mitigation.
Yep.
Any change from first reading?
Nope. It's still listed as, I know we had some clarification last time as far as, because it goes before the board, but every fundraiser technically goes before the board. So you guys won't be getting every time somebody wants to do a fundraiser. It's just, that just keeps the language in there, so that way people don't go off and do fundraisers on their own, so.
Right. Everyone okay with second reading? All right. We'll go to 7.02, purchase of wheelchair lift school bus.
So we currently have 3 handicap accessible buses. 2 of them are out on a daily route, and then one of them serves as a backup. The one that's on a backup was actually taken out of a commission by the state of Iowa because of the amount of rust. So we did get some cost estimates on there, and it was gonna be between $30,000 and $40,000 to fix the rust. However, our 2 other buses are actually aging as well, so it made more sense at this time to go ahead and make the recommendation. We got 2 price quotes for buses, make the recommendation to purchase a new bus, and then take the older of the 2 other buses and make that a backup. So, I think it's the right thing to do. We haven't bought buses in a while, so making sure that we're keeping up on a rotation, so.
Any questions? Once we purchase it, how long does it take to get a bus?
This one they have in stock, so they are willing to give it to us tomorrow if I write them a check.
Oh,
Wow.
So, yes, this one they have on the lot,
well, good,
yes.
yeah. Then that way, we have our backup and at least 2, so that's great.
Yes.
All right, we'll go to 7.03, wage increase for paraeducators.
So this was something that obviously all schools across the state are doing. Last year, there was a big push on it, and I think that Lewis Central's made some gains over the last couple of years. The issue is we're still significantly behind what area districts are offering for paraeducators. In fact, in the last week, we've lost 2 more. So since I've come up with those numbers of being 10 short, we're now 12 short of where we should be to start the school year. And that's bare minimum. And so at some point, we have to address, kind of the elephant in the room and take a look at, what is the scenario right now? Well, the scenario is we're at $12.20 an hour. Neighboring districts are right around 14 or above, so we need to be market competitive. I would say we're not market competitive at this time, and the difference is where we know that we have other areas that probably could use bumps as well. We don't necessarily, or the funding that's available in those areas, we're just not there right now, not yet. But we do have in our special education balance a fairly significant, about $290,000 surplus, and so this would be an opportunity for us to spend that down, become market competitive, and then make sure that we can try to get the staff we need to start the school year, and then maintain the staff that we currently have. I mean, that's kind of the goal too, is to make sure that the trained, good staff that we have, that we're able to keep them in the fold. And so that would be my recommendation, is starting immediately, that I'll have them go ahead and reissue contracts for this current year for all paraeducators at a $2 an hour increase, and then hopefully, so all paraeducators get a $2 an hour increase. That moves our starting wage from $12.20 to $14.20, which puts us in line with where other schools in the area are, and then we'll, I guess, hopefully see what happens, so.
Is there any discussion?
No, I think it's something we need to do.
Absolutely. And all the paras are paid through the
Special
special
education.
education fund?
Correct.
Okay, so it's not coming out of our general fund where we pay for teachers and other
Correct.
salaries?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's where the hang up was, is, we do have other areas we'd like to give increases to as well, but our general fund is not in that, we're not as healthy in the general fund right now. We will be. Andrea's doing a fantastic job. The board's doing a great job. We'll get back there, but for right now, we need to do what we can, and we can spend some money on special education, so.
Okay. Any other discussion, questions? All right. We'll go to 7.04, Iowa Western CC contract addendum.
So they're increasing some of their costs for some of these programs here, auto, diesel, welding, construction, electrical, HVAC. We actually don't have a lot of students that participate in these programs because of trimesters, but the students that are able to participate in these programming, they're going to increase the cost a little bit, and a lot of it has to do with the cost of expenses and and it takes to teach the courses. So they actually haven't. When I talked to Mr. Winchettle, he said they hadn't really increased their prices in a few years. So this is not out of the norm. And then they have to maintain a certain level within what other community colleges are requiring as well for payment. So so that is what this addendum's about.
So is this for all classes or just specific ones?
This is for the 6 courses that are listed below.
Okay, So auto, diesel, welding, construction, electrical, and HVAC. Okay.
These are classes that require some other kind of equipment,
It does.
tools, expendable items, not
Exactly.
a chemistry class or a physics class, that it's a
Cor-
credit.
Correct, or the
Per
ones that
credit cost.
like we're taking, like our students take within the school district that we're utilizing our teachers, you know, that's a totally different expense. So these are more of the specialized, programs, so certification programs, so to speak.
Okay, is there any other questions? All right. That is all for our discussion items. So the next time on our agenda, comments and suggestions, anyone in the audience can address the board or anyone online. Okay, hearing none, we'll go to action items. 9.01 IASB recommended policy updates on the second reading. Can I get a motion, please?
Madam Chairwoman,
Mr. Hendricks?
let me get there. Hit the wrong button. I'd like to make a motion to approve policies 504, 5R1, and 804.7 in the second reading as presented.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Rylage,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks,
Yes.
Mrs. McDaniel,
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle.
Yes. 9.02 purchase of wheelchair lift school bus.
Madam Chairwoman,
Mr. Hendricks?
I'd like to make a motion for the board to approve the purchase of the Thomas bus option at $112,000.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Hendricks,
Yes.
Mrs. McDaniel,
Yes.
Mr. Rylage,
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle.
Yes. 9.03 wage increase for para educators.
Madam Chairwoman,
Mr. Hendricks?
I'd like to make a recommendation and a motion to approve the $2 per hour raise for all para educators for the 2022-2023 school year.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote, please.
Mrs. McDaniel,
Yes.
Mr. Rylage,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks,
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle.
Yes. 9.04 Iowa Western CC contract addendum.
Madam Chairwoman,
Mr. Hendricks?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the contract addendum as outlined. Second.
Any discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Rylage,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks,
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle, Mrs. McDaniel,
Yes.
Mrs. Shuffle.
Yes. All right, that's for our action items. Now, next board meeting will be, regular board meeting will be August 29th. School starts, when are teachers back? On the 18th,
The new teacher's back on the 15th.
15th?
And then the rest of the teachers back on the 18th, and then we're doing an all-school meeting on the 19th. If any board members want to come, they sure can. Mrs. Shuffle will be speaking,
Yeah.
so.
Welcome them back.
It'll be a good show, so.
We'll see.
And then students come back on the 23rd and 24th, depending on class and grade. And then just a reminder of the open house on the 25th. So, and then that game against Harlan, and then the week before, we do a football game against Underwood on that Thursday night. So that's kind of a week 0 game, so.
Okay, all right.
There is-
Anything else?
There is one request that ISB, I think you've probably seen information on. There's going to be a virtual delegate assembly that they've requested a delegate for, scheduled for September 13th. It's to allow ISB to look at their affiliation with member organization that they're asking to have a delegate selected for and approved so they can vote the Lewis Central proxy. So I will be attending, so I can vote for us, but if we have somebody else that would like to participate, they would like to see that also.
Okay, that's September 13th, you said?
September 13th at 6 o'clock for a bylaw amendment.
Okay, and then, when is the PEPAL vote?
September 13th.
September
September
13th?
13th.
Okay. Just need to remind people that
Yep.
day. So, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, then we'll go ahead, and can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You can stay. Otherwise, thank